Everyone, I just wanted to take a few moments to share with you one of my favorite productivity hacks.
Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you're not quite done yet. Go ahead and click on that bell so that way you can get notified about every new video that I've got coming on. Make sure you also comment and like and let me know what else you'd like to see. I am here to help you.
That helps me expedite writing feedback for my students after I get done teaching English class online. My tool that I wanted to show you is actually called TextExpander. It's really easy. I have this whole list of really short things that I can type in, and it's going to spit out whatever I want it to. For example, if I type in VBGC, it's going to say, did a great job in class today, he did a great job, and then I'm going to fill in whatever he did a great job doing. So I usually fill in his name beforehand and then what he did a great job doing at the end, so that way it is specific to that lesson with that student. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my feedback for this student, and I'm going to use the TextExpander. This is one of my regular students, and it's really, I have a hard time talking and thinking about how to use my TextExpander properly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Now, I do have my notes. I take notes for each student for every class. So just kind of a few things here and there. Usually the top portion of my notes is what they did well. Bottom portion is what they need to work on. So let's go ahead and do this. When I start their feedback, I always type in their name first, and then you can program the shortcuts to be whatever you want. All of my shortcuts for my feedback always start with a V for VIPKID, just so that I know that's what shortcuts I'm working in, essentially. Okay, Angela, there we go. So for this particular student, I have a lot more that she needs to work on than what I have that's positive. I always like to have an intro, what she did well, then what she needs to work on, and then another thing that she did well, and then my closing. If they have a lot that they did well, I'm going to do a couple that they did well at the top and a couple that they did well at the bottom. But usually I like to end with more positive stuff at the bottom. I'm just going to do as much positive at the bottom as I possibly can. Sorry, I started looking at the wrong feedback. I'm getting distracted trying to do too many things at once. Person, thing, close. And noise. Also, apparently, if you add slashes in here, this will not translate it into Chinese for them. It'll stay in English, so that way they know exactly what words you're talking about. So that way it doesn't like translate back funky. Okay, she needs to practice pronouncing. And I always say, after whatever they need to work on, I always say we practice in class and you know, he or she showed improvement. Just so that the parents know that we did work on this, and if nothing else, they can go back and watch the recording, right? So as you can see, I actually have one code for she did a great job, then I have another one for recognizing the difference between. The reason I do this is so that way I can switch it between he and she easily. I could also have it where it's he did a great job recognizing the difference between, and she did a great job recognizing the difference between. Actually, I could probably have one completely for this and that, because it's fairly common. I just haven't had that many students lately, and I need to update my my shortcuts that I have available. I just haven't sat down and done it, quite frankly. Okay, so this and that. And that's pretty much about it. So then I always close it saying that I look forward to seeing them in the next class. And this is another place that I actually type their name in. And I can't type and record and talk at the same time. It's too complicated for me. I think I need to have more coffee. So then that's pretty much all I do. Usually for other students, I do have a lot more positive stuff that I put in. This particular student, she can be difficult. Today was one of our better classes, but yeah, there's this one. Yeah. Anyway, I always copy and paste whatever I wrote for the parents in my tips for the next teacher. Sometimes I do exactly what I wrote. Other times I'll write things specifically for the parents. Like, for example, if I'm asking for 5-level rating or something like that, then I will put that in here and I won't copy it over to the other teacher. I'll just put it down here. That one I do have this is a much longer one, and all I typed was V5, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences that pulled in. Okay, so, and then I'll just fill in the rest of it and submit it, and that's it. So I hope this really helped you out. I'm going to post a link below to TextExpander, so that way if you decide that you like it, you can go ahead and get it. They do have a monthly subscription fee, but it's only like $4.10, which is a lot cheaper than some of the other subscriptions that I've seen for things like this, especially if you're using it for your teacher feedback. Personally, like I said, you can use it for a lot more than just teacher feedback, and I absolutely do. Especially if you are a teacher and you're using it for referrals or anything like that, you can type in your whole message that you would normally put, and then just change out the person's name that you're sending it to. If you're messaging them on Facebook or emailing them back and forth, whatever the case may be. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you would like to see more of my productivity hacks that I have and, techie tools that I use. I'll talk to you soon.